Good afternoon. Good evening. Happy Thursday. Kissing up to God, giving him all the honor, all the glory, and all the praises. Thank you so much for joining me today, if you're joining me. I'm coming with, I made a video about boots on the ground. And I said, fix it. If you want to do something, fix it. And so I'm coming over here, coming on tonight to say, you fixed it. A little. Thank you. Things are looking up a little bit. Thank you for everybody that came out to vote. It was such a dramatic thing right now. And everybody's saying, like, where are the black people? Where are the black people? Why aren't the black people, marching? It's all over the internet. Where are the black people? We set this out because if we would have been out there marching, if we would have been out there with you guys, it would have been a lot worse. They would have found a way. You always say that we don't have peaceful protests, but we're not allowed to because every time we protest, we are met with force. I don't care what you say, but that is what happens most of the time. We set back because, see, we didn't break it. I ain't saying I didn't know, or a lot of people that I know didn't break it. So I was like, okay, y'all put your boots on the ground. You did your thing. You know what I mean? You let them know how you was feeling about the whole thing. We didn't have to do anything but sit back and wait. But I tell you what, on Tuesday, we made our presence known. Thank you. We were out in large, large numbers. The percentage of black voters, especially our men, way to step it up, men. Ah, love my brothers. And Latinos, percentage was anywhere between 70 and 90%. In Virginia, they were like, someone was like 92% black men, 90% black women. In New York, in Virginia, and in California, they passed their proposal for 50 that Governor Newsom, put into law. And we were so busy concentrating on those, but it's larger than North Carolina. I'm sorry, it's larger than Virginia, New Jersey, New York, and with the California. If you want to look on the internet, we won in a lot of other places. We hit them up in one of the city councils in Charlotte, North Carolina. North Carolina, we hit them up. We turned them over in Arizona. Georgia had a big turnout. They flipped seats. Michigan flipped seats. Mississippi flipped 2 seats. Mississippi, y'all. Wisconsin, Georgetown, South Carolina flipped 3 seats. So there were other places, Pennsylvania, that we wanted. It just wasn't those three, but those were the three major ones. But we was stepping it up all over the place. So thank you for the boots on the ground because we showed up again when it was needed. And I really think, this is just personal, I don't know, but I really think a lot of white people set it out. So y'all sat down this time because the percentage wasn't that high. Because you have a lot of Republicans that are going to completely refuse to vote Democrat. And we know it. No matter what, their Republicans sit that hard, they're going to not vote Democrat. That's fine. They didn't vote. A lot of them set out. There was not a lot of white people voting, but there was a lot of white people with their boots on the ground. We weren't out there with our boots on the ground, but we was out there with the voting. That coincide what we needed to do. Wanda voice spoke, like I say, I feel, some of us feel that you gave this person a chance to do what he said he was going to do. And it has created such a hurtful and painful thing to watch and to endure, especially if it's affecting you or your family, someone you know. And I'm sure somebody knows somebody. This is a big country. Somebody knows somebody that's going through because of what's going on. And people stepped it up, and I'm so grateful and I'm so happy and I'm so proud of each every one of you that went out and made your voice known. You marked your place. You said enough, no more. That's it. We gave it a chance. Okay, we that's just 1 year. We got 3 more to go. So there's a lot more work to do. There's a lot more things to do because retaliation is coming. Already things are gonna be put upon us. But I think it's more of us than them. They're like 1%. Being there. They're not sitting about there worrying about grocery or worrying about car insurance or house insurance or medical insurance. They got houses and jets and boats and all that stuff. We just want to live. We just want to live. We work hard for what we have. We work for it. I don't care what you say. A lot of us are not sitting on our behind collecting. A lot of us are honest working people. And we're out there busting our behinds, trying to survive, trying to support ourselves and our families. And that's all we want to do is do that, without anybody digging in our pocket. Our paycheck already went from paying 2 people to paying 15. You looked at that and added another alphabet on your paycheck. So you're constantly taking out tax, but the cost of living wages have not gone up in so long, but everything else have. How do you keep up? So came on tonight just to say that thank you, boots on the ground, and thank you for everybody that showed up and made your voice known and flipped a lot of seats and letting everybody know or the people know we don't want to deal with this anymore. It's time for change again. All right. If you think anybody needs to hear this, please share. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for coming on. If you want to comment, you can comment. I leave this one open a little bit because some of it I have to close up because I don't debate what I'm talking about because it's my opinion and I have the right to have my own opinion. All right. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. My name is Jennifer Brooks. I am your Southern Belle. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evening, okay? God bless.